Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Liza Maria Agustin with the study number 2201420036, majoring in English Language Education Program, Faculty Languages and Arts, Universitas Negeri Semarang. Okay, next. Here, the contents of my study consists of background of the study, research question, literature review, significance of the study, research methodology, result of the study, and then the last is conclusion. Next, here, uh, first is background of the study. So speaking skills are one of the main skills in learning English that are very important for students to master. Speaking is a way of sharing ideas, knowledge, and feelings with other people. This skill not only helps students in academic activities but also prepares them for communication needs in everyday life. In the classroom context, speaking is needed by a student to communicate with other students or even their teachers when learning English. However, many students also have several problems with their speaking skills. And then on other hand, many students at 7th grade of junior high school 31 Semarang had problems with their speaking skills. The problem that I observed at 7th grade in the junior high school 31 Semarang is generally similar to other places, but one particular problem that stands out is that most students feel bored during the teaching and learning process. This is partly because the teacher either does not use any media in their teaching or use media that is not interesting for students. And then this problem can be caused by various factors, like including teaching methods that are less varied, limited speaking practice in class, and then etc. Therefore, innovation is needed in the learning process, one of which is through the use of digital technology for learning media. So YouTube is one of the media learning platforms that is increasingly popular because of its ability to provide educational content for free and easily accessible. One of the YouTube channels that caught my attention is English Lessons with Kate. The channel is known for presenting English learning materials, especially speaking skills, with interactive, interesting, and easy to understand methods for students. And in this case, YouTube can provide useful content since students can access it whenever they want through YouTube. Although YouTube can provide students with enjoyable content, learning can still be enjoyable for them. Thus, it can be assumed that YouTube can also be effective learning media for developing students' language skills that can be used by teachers, especially in developing students' speaking skills. Based on this, I conducted this research to find out how effective the use of the English lesson with CAT channel is to improve students' speaking skills. Next, the next part is research question. Research question here is there are two of research questions. First is how effective is the use of YouTube video as a medium to improve students' speaking skills? And number two is how significant is the students' improvement in mastering speaking after being taught using YouTube videos? Next is significance of the study. There are three significance of the study. First is theoretically. So this study can be used to enrich existing knowledge about communication and media, especially speaking on grammar, vocabulary, fluency, pronunciation, comprehension, and tasks. Further, practically, this study can be used as a reference for future research. For the pedagogically, this study can provide benefits for teachers to use YouTube video learning media in EFL classes. Besides that, this study is expected to give students information that learning to speak can be done through YouTube video. Next is literature review. It consists of review of previous studies and theoretical framework. Next. Okay. Here there are five. I divided five for previous studies. There are YouTube videos to improve student speaking skills in elementary schools, YouTube videos to improve student speaking skills in junior high school, and YouTube videos to improve student speaking skills in junior high school. Number four is YouTube videos to improve student speaking skills in college students. And the last is YouTube videos to improve student speaking skills in English course. And next is previous studies. There are three previous studies. They are almost the same as my research. Here, first one is the effect of YouTube videos in teaching speaking skill for the 8th grade student, conducted from Pratham et al. 2022. And the next review study is with the title YouTube channel, an alternative social media to enhance EFL students speaking skills from Ilyas and Putri 2020. And then the last number three is the title the use of YouTube in developing the speaking skills of Jordanian EFL University students from Said et al. 2021. Here is the three as same, almost same with my as my research, but is different is the participants in my study is from to junior high school, but in for this representative from junior high school student and at college, and then here number three is for college students. Next is theoretical framework. Here for speaking, I choose Bailey's theory to 2000 and then teaching speaking from Brown 2025, 2015, and then teaching media from Kegna et al. And then macro skills of speaking from Brown 2003, and then YouTube from Angrini 2021. That's from theoretical framework in this study. Next is research methodology. So here, research type and design for my study is quantitative method with quasi-experimental design. And then for population samples and sampling technique, population in my study is, in this study is 153 students from junior high school, 31 Semarang, and then the sample is 63 out of 253 students, representing 25% of the student population. And the sampling technique is quasi-experimental method with a non-random or purposive sampling technique. And then the next is data collection. Here I have three data for collecting the data. First is giving pretest, and then number two is giving treatment to the experimental group and conventional method or traditional method to control group, and then the last number three is giving post-test for both group. Next is research instrument. For instrument, I take from speaking test from Bright and English book published by Erlangga in 2012. And then for the data analysis, I took validity data, reliability data, normality test, homogeneity test, and then next is Mann-Whitney test, and then the last is Wilcoxon test. Okay, next. Here we move to result of this study. First is validity of the data. So here the data show the value of pretest, post-test, and then pretest experimental group, and then post-test experimental group. Show that for pretest control group, so that the value is 0. For 467, and then same with post-test control group, and then the value of pretest experimental group is 0.520 23, same with post-test experimental group value. So based on the data, it can be concluded that the pre-test and post-test result in the control group meet the validity criteria indicated by the R-con value, which is greater than the R table that are 0.3067 more than 0.3061. So in addition, the pretest and post-test data in the experimental group have also been proven valid with an R count value that exceeds the R table with the value is 0.323 more than 0.374. Next is reliability of the data. Here the table of reliability test result. So pretest result for the pretest control group is the value is 0.5379 for the category is low, and then the result of post-test control group, the value reliability is 0.778, kategorinya high, and then for pretest experimental group, the value is there is 0.6070 and the category is low, and then the last is post-test experimental group with the value of 0.9020 and then category is high. Here for coefficient interval classification of reliability result, search from Arikunto 2002. Next is normality of the method was employed to evaluate normality due to the sample size being under 100. The significance value derived from the result of the normality test serves as the criterion of our evaluation. Based on the data, shows that the pretest significance value for the control group is less than 0.001, while the post-test significance value for this group is 0.018. Similarly, the pretest significance value from the experimental group is less than 0.001, and its post-test significance value is also less than 0.001. The data indicate that the most of the data is not normally distributed because the value is less than 0.05. Due to the non-normal distribution of the data, the Mann-Whitney test was used as a substitute for the independent sample t-test, and the Wilcoxon test was used as a substitute for the paired sample t-test to test the hypothesis. And then the next, homogeneity of the data. Okay, according to homogeneity result, the homogeneity test yield a significance value of 0.0521, which is 51, which is more than 0.05. Therefore, it can be concluded that the data is homogeneous based on the result of the homogeneity test. Next is Mann-Whitney test result. And then to evaluate the effectiveness of this teaching media, the data were analyzed using the Mann-Whitney test, where the data were shown to be non-normally distributed. And then based on Mann-Whitney, the result show that the significance value is less than 0.001, which means less than 0.05. From this result, it can be concluded that the p-value is less than 0.05 and the null hypothesis is rejected. So the YouTube video English Lessons with Cat as a media is effectively improves those students' speaking skills. And the next is Wilcoxon test result. Assess significant differences in student scores after being tracked using the YouTube video English lesson with class. English lesson with Cat. As a research question number 2, the data were analyzed using the Wilcoxon test because the data was proven to be abnormal in distribution. So as you can see, based on data, the result shows that the significance value is less than 0.001, which is less than 0.05. From the results, it can be concluded that the p-value is less than 0.05 and the null hypothesis is rejected. So there was a significant result for the students in the experimental group after BSAP using YouTube video English lesson with Kate teaching media. So the experimental group's pretest and post-test result proved to be a significant improvement. So here for the last part is conclusion. As we conclude this from this study is analyze the effectiveness and significant differences of using the YouTube video English lessons with CAT teaching media to improve students' speaking skills. The result indicated that the YouTube media was effective as demonstrated by the Man with Me and Wilcoxon test. The significance value was less than 0.001, which was far below the threshold of 0.05. This means that the p-value for the total test was less than 0.001, confirming a statistically significant difference between the pre-test and post-test scores. Therefore, there is strong evidence to reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis that is YouTube video English lessons with Cat is effective as teaching media to teach speaking in 7th grade of 31 Semarang of Junior High School 31 in Semarang. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.